13th August. Saints Pontianus, Pope, and Hippolytus, Priest, Martyrs. Optional Memoria. Pontianus was ordained Bishop of Rome in the year 231, and in the year 235 was exiled by the Emperor Maximinus to Sardinia, together with the priest Hippolytus. Here he abdicated the papacy. After his death in Sardinia, his body was buried in the cemetery of Callistus, while the body of Hippolytus was taken to the cemetery on the Via Tiburtina. Both of these martyrs have been venerated by the Church of Rome from the beginning of the 4th century. A reading from the letters of Saint Cyprian. Invincible Faith. How can I praise you, my bravest brothers? How can I proclaim your strength of mind and loyalty to the faith? You endured the most ruthless tortures, even to the point of glorious death. You did not yield to torture. Torture yielded to you. The crowns of martyrdom, not your torments, ended your suffering. The torturer prolonged his efforts, not in effect to break down your steady faith, but to send men of God the more speedily to their Lord. The crowd of spectators marveled at this heavenly contest and spiritual battle fought in the name of God and Christ. They marveled that his servants stood there openly professing their faith, firm of purpose, with a courage that was divine, stripped indeed of the weapons of this world, but as believers armed with those of faith. Tortured, they stood there stronger than their tormentors. Their limbs beaten and torn overcame the instruments that beat and tore them. Savage and persistent floggings could not subdue their invincible faith, though finally it was not their limbs but their very wounds that were tortured, so shattered was their bodily frame. The blood they shed was to drown the flames of persecution and subdue the fires of hell with its splendor. What a spectacle for the Lord! How sublime, how magnificent, how grand in the eyes of God, this proof of his soldiers' loyal devotion. The death of just men is precious in the sight of God. So we find it written in the Psalms, where the Holy Spirit speaks to us and at the same time gives us his counsel. Precious is this death, which bought immortality at the price of blood, and received God's crown by the ultimate proof of virtue. How gladly was Christ there present! How willingly did he fight and conquer in such servants as these! For he protects the faith of his believers, giving them all the strength each trusts to receive. He was the ally in his own battle. He uplifted those who fought for the glory of his name. He strengthened them and gave them courage. He who once and for all conquered death for us, in us ever is victorious. Blessed indeed is our church, honored and glorified by God, and in our days gaining glory in the blood of the martyrs. The church in former times shone white with the good works of the brethren. Now it shines red with the blood of the martyrs. From its flowers neither lilies nor roses are lacking. Let each and every one strive to attain the high worth of either glory, the white garlands of good works, or the rose-red crowns of martyrdom.